Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, this is Victor Marubunga, if you just joined me, and this is the JMB Tacting TV coming to you live. Here, for the first time, we're trying out our YouTube platform, and I think it looks great here. Um, it actually looks great to uh, to be here today, and a lot of things are on the dot. A lot of news. You know, uh, it happened here back then in 2018 when the Unity Party was dislodged from their Congo Town party headquarters, and we saw that it was a celebration for the coalition for democratic change. Uh, Now the ball has turned around, and it is uh, it is time that the CDC received their own part of the bargain as well. It's a measure you give, measure you receive. That Baba will put in. So, um, but let's see what we want to bring here. Um, we want to bring you. We want to bring you something from our lab channel. We want to bring it to Facebook. We want to bring it absolutely to Facebook here. So, ladies and gentlemen, the talks on today centers around centers around uh, CDC being dislodged. Okay, so and so to say we sorry to say that, but it's not a bad news though. They say that bad news, but not bad news, because when you do something to somebody, you should expect your own to come back to you. That's how it is. So CDC did it, and they were quite excited about what they did. Let me try to set this thing up properly here. It's kind of they want to do Shakara. Don't do Shakara. Yeah. Let's press it like that. Let me see if I put on the big monitor here. Okay, I think this way is much better, right? Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, CDC is being dislodged. They are being dislodged. So the only place they have hope of being for 20 years they sat there and could not secure uh, the party headquarters they have, and such is very much bad, very bad. So we witnessed today the Sakimochi was being destroyed. Yeah, good morning, sir. So we here we also saw that there were weapons found in the compound of CDC, and so we will bring you live those activities as well. From last night, it has been the activities since last night. Yeah, it started very early this morning, like 4 hours ago. 4 hours ago, this thing started. You know, so we will bring you firstly the build up, and after which we will also bring you what unfolded inside there. So, ladies and gentlemen, uh, stay tuned, stay with us as we bring you uh, happenings from the CDC party headquarters.
Folks, good morning, wherever it is you watching us from. My name is Diamond Slanger. This is Spoon TV.
Let
It's
us
a
all watch
bit
it
of a
together.
drizzly morning, as you
Okay?
can see the flashy lights
Let us watch it
from
together.
the police.
Okay?
This is just right around Catholic Junction, where the police have barricaded some parts of the road, and this is just before there. So I'm turning to go back towards the CDC headquarters. You can also see flashing lights ahead as well. And this is just the morning of the police announced court enforced eviction of the opposition CDC. And you can see flames in the air in the distance. We passed by that and we did see um, some items being set ablaze. Um, whether or not um, what those items are. And we also did see some police officers just around the YWCA area. Okay, so officers are all posted here, just right here around the YWCA area. And this is just before the headquarters of the CDC is raining. So you can see the flames there. And police officers are also just you can see flames in the air in the distance. We passed by that and we did see um, some items being set ablaze. Um, whether or not um, what those items are. And we also did see some police officers just around the YWCA area. Okay, so officers are all posted here, just right here around the YWCA area. And this is just before the headquarters of the CDC is raining. from the CDC head office. And there's a fire engine, so I have to go very fast and get out of this place and come back. My officers are all there with their tear gas, canister guns, and the rest, so they have deployed early. And as you can see, they're all here at the Old Road Junction as well, diverting traffic. So go down. It's about to go down, as you can see. Police officers are all here, and we are going to park our vehicle and then move to the scene. So a lot of officers gathering already. We see flames there from the headquarters of the CDC just before the main entrance of the CDC. So we will park our vehicle and we will then continue. All right, so give us a minute as we disembark the vehicle and get prepared to show you early morning action as well. All right, so make sure that I'm properly attired with not just my ID card, but jacket and everything to identify me as a journalist. And the rest of the crew will join as we start to show you what is happening. So the police have already started assembling. The guys at the headquarters of the CDC have already started burning debris and the rest. And the police are also gathering just opposite the headquarters of the CDC, just before the main entrance of the Lone Star Telecommunications. And you can see an ambulance is also getting on a standby. So folks, remember the police issued a circular that no vehicle will be allowed beyond the Old Road Junction. All vehicles and pedestrians will have to use Old Road Junction and inside through the Old Road to get out of Catholic Junction if you're coming from town. And for those of you who are coming from Painesville, you will then use the Catholic Junction area and then pass through Old Road and get back on the Totman Boulevard outside of Calando. So that circular was issued on yesterday. But just ahead, you can see the flames there. That is just right before the headquarters of the CDC, where the guys are burning some sort of debris or materials, and that is what it looks like. So the police have established their line right here, and as you can see, another pickup full of police officers moving in as well. Your morning, officers. Yes, sir. So I'm the first. Also, there's my identification.
But why you won't go there?
Now, when we're fancy, I'll go now. So, all right, so as you can see, guys are moving across another police pickup. So the police now moving towards the CDC headquarters, and I'll do my best to keep a safe distance, but close enough to bring you what is happening. So I can see the officers are moving towards the headquarters. They're now crossing the road and moving in. They're moving in. They're moving in. So the officers are jumping the wall. As you can see, they are moving in. So we thought, so as early as it is, the officers are all over and They are moving in. As you can see, they're jumping the walls to move in. Another group is moving to this end, and another group is jumping the wall, as you can see. So, if you're just joining us, Spoon TV, the Liberian National Police is enforcing a court eviction of the opposition CDC. Tear gas fired. Fired. Tear gas. So, another group of officers besieging the headquarters from this end. They're moving in, folks. They are moving in. I need to wear my mask. The tear gas scent is already engulfing the air. So, folks, this is what was said by Police IG Gregory Coleman, that they will enforce the court mandate to evict the CDC. They are in the compound. The officers of the LNP in their full riot gears. They're calling on the fire service to quench this fire. So they formed a formation. As you can see, there is a formation in the compound of the CDC, another group formation in the compound of the CDC, and the fire engine is moving in to quench that fire that was set ablaze right before the main entrance of the CDC. So first, the process is on. Police, the fire service, moving into the compound of the CDC. They are in the headquarters. They are spreading out themselves for any eventualities. This is live. Live as the LNP and the sheriffs. You can see the sheriffs. The sheriffs are right behind. They are moving in. They are moving in. The police providing corridor for the sheriffs. Formation from all sides. Officers dressed in their riot gears. And they're putting things out. They are removing items. So far, no resistance experience. They are removing
is actually homeless. They are partyless. Mr. Johnny, morning. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. Keep following us. We will bring you everything that is going on. All right. Follow us on JMB Packing TV. We are on YouTube as well, going live, on Facebook. So, follow us here, and you will not regret being with us. So let's take this song again, and as we break it quickly, uh, what unfolded at the CDC party headquarters. Let's go. Don't kill yourself for anybody. You not hear the song yet? I'm not picking myself for anybody. Don't yab me. If you love me, give me money. For 20 years, CDC occupied that place. With Josh, we are building condominiums for himself. Nathaniel McGee, them, all of them building big places in this town here. What did they give to you? You benefited nothing. Then you go saying the way you say they get invade the place. Who are you?
People are taking up their things and asked to leave. So this is happening live on the compound of the opposition CDC. The police moving, the sheriff behind the barrier provided by the police. They're inspecting vehicles and the rest. The court sheriffs are here. So folks, Spoon TV, Diamond Slanger on the compound. Another column.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is what have been occurring this morning. So, you just watched here today what unfolded early morning, how the police, entered the facility of CDC, how the men went under the sycamore tree and everything, how they were able to overcome the situation. So the first video you just watched talks about, you know, the it talks about how the police engaged, they moved in with the fire service and all of that, just in case of any eventuality. They moved in with the bulldozer and everything, you know. Uh, the next video will show you how they engage the police and, you know, what are some of the retaliation they counter. So stay tuned. Let's take our team song, No Yab Me, okay? And let's take our team song, No Yab Me. And, oh,
So, folks, welcome back. So, the police have besieged the entire headquarters here, and the sheriffs are in front, and we'll go to the process as it is unfolding. So these are the sheriffs, and right here, so far there hasn't been any sort of resistance. The sheriffs are knocking on doors, and they're putting those inside out.
Yeah, everywhere here. It's very empty.
So they're moving, checking room by room. So, folks, Spoon TV, this is the headquarters of the Congress for Democratic Change. The police enforcing a court eviction with sheriffs of the court also present. They are checking from door to door. This exercise was announced yesterday by the IG of police, Corner Gregory Coleman after the court handed down a ruling in a property dispute, and they're moving at the back, leaving another team here at the gate. Another team is moving in at the back, and the sheriffs are also present to put Dempster in charge of his property. Yesterday, CDC's chairman, Changa Ko, said the party is going to exhaust all of its appeals and call on his partisans to assemble as they had a planned meeting. So those are sheriffs from the court.
Still knocking.
The sheriffs.
The officers, they are here to arrest anyone.
These are sheriffs. So the sheriffs are evicting anybody that is come across. So the sheriff opening that door. So they're putting items out. And it's getting clearer this early morning. No resistance so far experienced by officers of the LMP and sheriffs of the court. It's quite quiet. Earlier this morning, we saw a group of guys who started burning materials, sticks, whatever they could put their hands on to form a fire war just before the main gate of the CDC. I saw the police lining up just opposite the headquarters on the grounds of Lone Star. And or the fire engine to quench that blaze right before the CDC headquarters. You see police officers are posted just at an entrance upstairs, but they're not making an entry. It is the sheriffs of the court that are moving into the various places and asking people to exit. Sheriff opened that.
Sheriffs have opened another location, and it appears this place is also empty.
So the sheriffs,
They will not go in there. There's nothing in there. Literally, like I keep saying, Lots of the shops in the structures have been cleared,
So and two
those who
sheriffs
were occupying them.
enter.
Well, there you have it. The sheriffs will make their way in there. Behind the headquarters, there's also community.
So the sheriffs are the ones
entering into the community to ensure the safety of the citizens there also.
So the police providing support to the sheriffs.
Yeah, the sheriffs will now put things outside here.
And they are putting things out.
Happen. If you look closely, there's crates, empty crate.
So mattresses being brought out, coolers, and the rest.
Pulled out by the sheriff. Everything is another one from this end.
So the sheriffs are breaking these doors.
Right here. There is a back gate that leads into the neighborhood.
So all these places
And the police are trying to
have been emptied.
the police are trying to remove the back gate here at the entry to the neighborhood, the small town community, if you know this. So these tiny, flat-looking mattresses and just a plastic chair. These tiny, flat-looking.
Can you imagine this? I mean, imagine. Oh, so this is what CDC had inside there. So they get had talks living inside of the compound in there, and they didn't really care about. You see how they don't care about you? They don't even care about how you live. Inside of the barrier headquarters, you got to check out sleeping place there. Imagine people sleeping in an area like this here. Then I didn't want to be jumping here and there saying, oh, we will fight, we will fight, we will fight. Fight for wedding. Absolutely, fight for wedding. Imagine this. Imagine this. Just imagine the type of look. Oh God. So George, we never have money enough to make this place decent. Even if you want for people to be sleeping there, Fine, that dwelling place, you want to help. But at least now you would have made it a little bit better. Yeah? You didn't even put bunk beds. But look at the friendly shapes that over there. Hey God. Hey God, my people. There are still see people shouting around here. Oh this, oh this, oh this. Oh my people. It's sad way.
Mattresses in just a plastic chair. And looks like now there you have it. The police officers have cracked, or they're still cracking the gate open. And this is the back entry of the neighborhood. This particular entry leads you directly into the small town community here in small town, who's strictly at the beach.
So gradually, the sheriffs are evicting and removing properties and materials from this area. So this year has also been emptied. So this looks like a shop, and room by room, they are progressing and getting people out. So the sheriffs are removing room by room. So this looks like a room, and the sheriffs are removing items. This looks like someone's. Oops. And this fella,
Stay in his position, yes. If you show the camera closely.
so these are all
And abandoned.
room by room. So you see a door from one end leads to another room.
Here.
So it's a room in room.
And if you look on the wall, you obviously see campaign flyers. And if you look in there, it looks like Trump also.
So the sheriffs are progressing. They are the ones putting things out and supported by the police. So when the police came and announced themselves, they said anybody inside should exit, anybody inside should come out. So this guy apparently said he was asleep and didn't hear the police making that announcement. So he is being handcuffed and taken off the premises. exit, show yourself and come outside. And this guy said he was asleep and he's being restrained for now. And the police have said that he will later be processed. So this is the exercise ongoing. The sheriff is going to break this door open. Let's see how many tries. 3. Oh, stuff being thrown out. So after 4 kicks, he cannot make it. So he's requesting for the hammer. So that door is locked with a very big padlock, and the sheriffs are throwing items out. So this looks like a handcuff patch.
But if you come a little closer, let me show you to the floor. The lighters, one of them, there's 2 lighters. There's another one there. There's another one here. Several of them. But of course,
The sheriffs are implementing. So the eviction process is on. The court sheriffs, on order of the court, with support from the Liberia National Police, is throwing out properties that are, or belongings that are not supposed to be on this premises.
of course, we're not throwing stuff out. As it was made clear, residents of this particular city they will not be occupying this.
So this person's suitcase is being brought out.
Still throwing luggage. Follow me. Follow me quick. Now follow me. Follow me. Stop out. order this morning. And they've been guided by police officers who have joined them to carry out this particular task this morning.
So we're moving from room to room, portion to portion. And the sheriffs are now moving to the main building.
So basically, they are yet to have access to the main party headquarters right behind us, the main building itself. This one, with the police officers, all the
Didn't you hear the police when they came? They were making an announcement. Do you live here? How long have you been living here? Were you aware that the police will be coming to do an eviction to Muya today? When did you expect the invasion?
Okay, you know.
So
what you know so far?
If there's any issue, issue or whosoever with the court, now when I see the put if they feel it, anything we want to them, they escape. But they are not well.
Okay.
They go to put it down, they are not well.
So what got you handcuffed now?
That's the law. We call it spider web.
Oh, okay.
I'm falling the spider web. I'm not well.
So you know that since you're an ex-officer, you know this. Are you aware that this is just part of the process, or you feel that? Okay.
So if you are released right now, you will need to leave from this area.
Yes.
All right. So he says he's an ex-officer, and he knows that he's not supposed to have been here, but he's not well, and he falls within the spider web or the dragnet, and so he's aware that there's a. So this gate is providing a challenge. This particular gate is providing a challenge, and it seems as if the sheriffs didn't come with the needed tools in anticipation that there would be some iron gates or burglar bars and the rest that they would need to break through to carry out this eviction process. So the police officers are just watching and providing support, and it is getting clearer by the minute. This started at dawn. It is still the breaking of dawn, and the officers have since been on the compound of the CDC for a while now. They provided a protective cocoon for the sheriffs from the court, and you can see the sheriffs are the ones wearing the khaki-ish uniform, and
the CDC
they are speaking.
For decades, and this is it.
So that
Right here.
fella is being taken away. I think that's another person. Another person has been brought by the officers. So now making 2 of the number of individuals that have been caught here on the premises of the CDC.
2 individuals who have been basically
What's happening to you?
So the police removing them from where they are and bringing them further in front. So they are telling them that nothing is going to happen. You shouldn't have been here. So this fellow says he's a former officer, and he knows he's not supposed to have been here, but the officers of the LNP are escorting them. and the eviction continues. So this area has not been entered because of the iron gate that barricades this place. And I've not seen any sort of power tools in the hands of the sheriffs to be able to cut through doors such as these. And so that place remains unlocked. It remains locked, I should say. So they're still putting out items. If you're just joining us, the eviction process of the CDC is on.
The eviction process is taking place.
Are watching us now.
So this looks like a restaurant. And the latrine is also locked. This latrine, $20 to use the latrine, and $10 if you want to urinate. So the latrine is still locked. And there are a lot of buildings that are still locked here, including the main headquarters and the vocational institute. They are still locked, including this building is also still locked. So far, we want to show you all around as the sheriffs move in, door to door, room to room, facility to facility. These officers are all in position. This fellow was left chained here. And you can see now the fire brigade are coming with their axes and so the fire service crew saying they want to turn off the electricity. And the sheriff again attempting to open this place. So this iron gate is providing a barrier against the sheriff's entry into this particular building. So the fire service is now attempting to see if they can open this place. And this place is seriously locked.
Fire and rescue service who are this operation along with the police. That door is being broken into. So there you have it, folks.
So the fire commander is telling his men that they didn't come to open doors. They came to so he has stopped his men from doing what is not part of their duties and move to where the breakers are and turn off the electricity, not to provide any sort of hazard to his men as well.
And then the sheriffs are the ones responsible to bring people to the body of their responsibilities. So they are not
So they are low
so they have
the breaker
where there's possible electricity connection.
because according to them, electricity might provide some sort of serious threat to these guys that are carrying out the eviction exercise. So let me just show you around the compound of the CDC. It has been engulfed by officers of the Liberia National Police. You have the sheriffs from the court also enforcing an eviction order by the court to put Dempster in full possession of his property. So this dispute has been ongoing for years, reaching the Supreme Court, going back to the lower courts upholding its eviction and sending out an eviction notice. The police saying that yes, on today, the 23rd August, that they were going to enforce the eviction order by and through the courts by providing the courts with the needed support. And the sheriffs, when we arrived here this morning at about 5, we already saw the police gathering, forming a barricade. Remember, the police on yesterday issued a circular that all vehicular traffic will be diverted. If you're coming from Painesville to town, you will use the Catholic Junction side through Old Road and get back along the Totman Boulevard. If you're coming from town towards Painesville, you have to be diverted through Old Road and get back on the Totman Boulevard from Catholic Junction. That is well in place. When we arrived, the sheriffs a run for their money. They've spent a lot of time trying to open this particular place, and they haven't yet moved into the main HQ building. There's just around buildings, and